Okay, 3, 2, 1. Sis, can start already or not?
Ish, memang potong steam lah you.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Potong Steam Podcast. This is episode 9, part 2. Dua.
And
yeah.
Ceci and Eddie, I'm Ceci.
She's on my line, yeah.
I don't know why you always forgot to introduce yourself.
I think psychologically saying that I feel that our viewers know who we are.
So the first part is biology class, and the second part is psychology class now. Okay, so part one we actually explain our equipment, how you set up your podcast, and we actually let you guys to comment your questions about setting up podcast in below. So part two we decide to talk about how it works.
And also to dive down deep into who we are.
So you first.
So yeah, I'm Eddie. I'm 20. Don't need to know my birthday. Unless you want to celebrate my big 21
No,
with me.
let's go.
I'll PM you. Yeah, I am currently still studying my degree in mass communication.
Which I've been emphasizing this for the past few episodes as well.
Yeah, I actually studied my diploma first. I didn't take any foundation. So I finished with a diploma, but then I continued with a degree. I might continue with a master's or PhD, I don't know, but still debating. In terms of age, I think I covered everything. So actually this podcast is kind of like my side job. As I mentioned in episode 8 or episode 7 that I have multiple jobs.
Mr. DIY.
No. Hypermarket. So I am currently doing a few businesses. I have different businesses like in direct sales. I'm not afraid to say it, and I am afraid to say it.
Why are you afraid to say it?
No, it's like that perspective, that conception of that company is just yeah. If you know what it is, but I think a lot of people would know what it is and would kind of avoid this topic. But I am doing Amway, and that's one thing. You see. The moment you mention Amway, everyone.
But if you tell outside people you're from Amway, the first instinct they were like, "Oh, sorry, I'm busy."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, because I don't know how, but maybe other people have destroyed your market so far. Because
actually, it's not destroyed lah. It's more like
hard sale.
It's very hard sale. But if you know me as a friend, I will tell you 90% of them don't know I do Amway.
Yeah. But I know because the first podcast retesting, he literally wants to tell the whole world that he's doing Amway because above his closet there's like boxes of Amway. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. You are changing your location.
And that's how we ended up with the final one.
Both of us in the end ended up in front of closets. So,
and it was a very comforting theme. Yours has a white calm background. Mine has like a wood one. It's like closets everywhere.
But I won't like stop him for explaining what he does for a living, because what he's doing now is I didn't say that in person because I don't want he get so high ego or anything. But yeah, what he's doing right is something that I appreciate because of his bravery, and he will take the risk. But usually he's that young, and then he's trying to set up his entrepreneurship mindset, which I think is very important for nowadays, because nowadays your full-time job might not cover as much, and then your future can't really depend on that one full-time job. So usually in every episode I will encourage him to say about his work, because I don't think it's a big issue, because you're just one of this podcast is like one of your side jobs.
Yeah, just one of my side jobs.
Okay, maybe don't say jobs because job is kind of harsh. I mean,
side incomes.
You're having fun. Don't act like you're not having fun.
I mean,
be careful of your words. I'm just here.
I mean, if you do what you love, then it's not an issue lah. You can work a job that pays you so little, but at the same time, if you really enjoy it and it's coming out of passion, then I would say money don't define how you will look into that job. So as I love recording and stuff like that, that's why I joined this podcast. Why I joined Amway is because that I feel that it's a market, and Amway is just like another giant. Like Giant supermarket, Tesco supermarket, like that. It sells everything. So I mean,
But what you say is like, besides Amway, there's a lot of other like platforms like that.
There's a
Besides
lot of
Amway,
there's like Usana,
Mary Kay,
Atomy, Mary Kay,
all
a
those
lot. I mean, it's up for you to choose which one you want to go into, because like from what I know, Herbalife is more towards nutrition, and then Mary Kay, Atomy, and also Usana. Usana is actually health also. Yeah, multiple lah.
Yeah.
And then Mary Kay and what was the other brand? Atomy is like they everyone is like different, you know. So
but they have the same common.
They have the same common thing lah, which is direct sales.
We can't really judge a person. If let's say in the future another person come to you and then they say they're from Amway, you can't just straight away judge that this person is gonna hard sell you or anything, because he never hard sell me anything. But I didn't give him a chance to hard sell me anything as well. So it's an opportunity. It's like a job opportunity for you, whether you want to try this and then change your future life. But no one in the world say you must take Amway, you must take Mary Kay, you must take. It's like your chance, your opportunity.
You're given that chance to choose what you want to do lah. And then with that being said, I am also doing a few live, like Facebook Live to sell stuff.
It's having the best of both worlds in everything.
I'm also selling crystals, as I mentioned in episode 8, I think.
But that's his entrepreneurship half.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use this at the future season 2 topic, okay? So what I'm saying is like, how do I say? Why you suddenly say all this stuff?
How do I say? Are we trying to start another
lose track already?
competition?
No. Okay. What he's trying to say is like, nowadays it's very important for you to like take risks lah.
Yeah.
Well, I can say this because podcast is an experience which we actually encourage you to try your own podcast. We're not scared that you're being our competitor. It's not really a competitor. If you try your own podcast, it's just a way to learn from each other like that.
Yeah.
So
and you're also bringing more content into the market.
And then podcast is actually a new step where it benefits you if you want to try into your entrepreneurship kind of opportunity. Because in podcast, your social skill, your presentation skill, all will be forcefully up. Because I forced him. The first time we record podcast, I like, don't stop the conversation. I warned him like, you have to keep going, even if it's not funny, you still have to haha for me, all those. So this kind of like impromptu speaking.
Impromptu
there's a lot of times that we impromptu talk about it.
Yes.
So it actually trained your presentation skill, which I think that it benefits all of us when in the future, if let's say you want to change a job or anything, your interview part, this will actually help you because you're already comfortable in speaking impromptu. So,
especially if you're doing sales.
Yeah, especially if you're doing
or
sales.
Customer service.
Sales,
very
sales Amway people here. Sales. So,
I mean, because considering our age group, I'm 20 and you are
23. Yes. From the first part, I just say we bonded well, and then the second part, you forgot my age. So I don't mind, but continue.
Yeah, I mean, taking into consideration.
You see outside there, it's starting to rain. That's my heart crying now. Okay, continue.
I mean, considering that we are of the age, our audience and our friends, they are all mainly anywhere from 17 to 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of them are either working or either studying. We want to do something that helps us improve the income, so-called income that we're getting from our parents, so that we are always trying new things. But a lot of us, we start with a part-time job, and then from there we see we like it or not, and then in the future we'll know what type of business or what type of company you want to go into. But
that's for him lah. I'm already in the company, but continue.
But I'll say that
later you're gonna get me fired because we've been talking about job changing and all of a sudden I'm involved in this. I'm not changing my job here. He's exploring new jobs.
I'm exploring because I'm still studying. I still have that choice to if I want to work or I don't want to work. But a lot of us, we want to earn an extra income of any sort. So I mean, getting a part-time job is the first step, but that is a fixed income, and most people, they want to like have a multitude of income of different sources. And then considering our age or so, we can't really say we want to start investing, because investing, there's a lot of risk.
More risk.
It's a very huge risk, but high risk, high reward lah. So of course, I diam lah. Sorry, motorbike. The uncontrollable situations we have in the car. If you're hearing a lot of...
Okay, so that's what he meant.
But anyway, that's my opinion. If you're still young, you're not confined by the family lifestyle yet, and you're not married, just go crazy, you know. The world is your oyster. Just...
I think from my opinion, I think a lot of people is going to try, especially if your parents or maybe other generation, they are going to try to stop you and then ask you to settle down from one proper job, because that one proper job for them is like a stable life. It's like there's no risk. Every month you get paid like that. But then things change and then things advance in this kind of generation here, because if you are depending on one source of income, that if you are predicting and imagining your future is very luxurious and all those kind of wow, imagine like him, and then take more risk, because now you're still young, you can take more risks. In the future, maybe you thank yourself. But if you settle down at such a young age and not trying new like podcasts and not trying other things like entrepreneurship jobs or anything, you don't know in the future whether you success or like any other people. I mean, Steve Jobs don't even know. Steve Jobs tried new things, that's why iPhone is here or anything. And Albert Einstein tried the freaking light bulb. So there's a lot of new things you can explore. I mean, now it's even more challenging because everyone has the same source of equipment or anything. There's a higher competition, but then just try. I mean, you're poor now. If you try, you get poor anyway. So if you fail, you're poor. If you success, you're not poor. So I don't see there's no way to try it.
I think one more thing to add to that is that if you're starting your own business, like how me and Darwin started Hyperloop IT,
you're just using this episode to try to promote every kind of business you're having right now.
In a way. But at the same time, it's like, this is also a lesson to be learned, is that if you are planning to open your own business, don't expect profit. For the first 1 to 5 years, don't expect a profit. What me and Darwin do is that whatever we get back from our sales, damn the motorbike. Whatever we get back from our sales, we put it back into the company. We actually don't take our profits, or we don't take any income from that business. We just put it back into the business to, keep it rolling, as they say, so that we have more company fund to do more things, to buy more stock like that.
But what his advice doesn't mean that you should keep losing.
Yeah, you shouldn't keep losing money to the point.
Maybe maintain, because if you're bankrupt in just a few more years, that's not what he meant.
That's not what I meant. But what I do meant is that it's normal to lose money in the beginning,
but not that much. Okay.
Yeah.
So why are we talking about this? Okay, so to start off your podcast, let's bring back a bit to the podcast.
Let's get to know you more.
I don't really have much more to things to
Okay, boring life next.
more stable life. Excuse me, you're just beside me. I can just do this. But okay, for me is as usual. I graduated from graphic design, and then I think from my opinion, if you're studying or taking degree or diploma right now, don't hold on to much expectation that you will follow what you studied, because after you graduate, you might become something that you never imagined to be. Like a lot of times when people pursue a course like graphic design, they thought that after graduating they will still become graphic designer. But most of the people, maybe they become marketing, they become sales, they become everything. So don't have high expectation that you will become what you think you will become right at the moment. So that's the only advice I can give right now, because I have a lot of different positions right now. So yeah, for me, I'm just an ordinary 打工仔.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're getting an income that can help sustain your life. Yeah.
But of course, I'm still pursuing other entrepreneurship jobs as well, but I am not gonna promote it right here.
She's doing Mary Kay.
I'm not gonna promote it right here. Okay. So next.
Let's talk about how we brainstorm our episodes.
Yes.
And how we come up with
and
topics.
this let's just gonna share. We are just gonna share with you how we brainstorm topics or not. But of course, this season we were limited to one time of topic. I mean, two kinds lah. One is about automotive because, as he mentioned just now, this podcast is actually sponsored by Driwego, which is an automotive platform, e-commerce platform. So we were kind of hoping to gather audience which is car enthusiasts, but
we failed miserably.
we think that because he's very knowledgeable in cars and I'm not.
I am not that really knowledgeable in cars.
Yeah, but better than me, because for me, if you tell me a car, I would tell you a car at 4 wheels and 1 steering wheels and all is circle. That's all I can provide to you.
All is circle. Hold up.
Oh, it's circle. What? Wheels are circle. Steering wheel is a circle.
Yeah, and all is circle means it implies that the whole car is a circle.
The wheels and the steering wheel.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for the respectful silence. Okay, so something is off here because we can't reach the common stage common thing to talk about because he will have a lot of things to talk about in a specific automotive topic, but mine is limited. While sometimes I want to talk about like traffic jam or all those, and he doesn't have much things in common to talk about because he understands how a car works mostly, and I don't. I just like to talk about the things that I see most commonly, and I'm not really a car enthusiast yet. So this is the thing that we find it hard throughout this whole season. So
I think to add on to that, we are also very new drivers.
Yes,
that explains. See the P there? Yeah.
I also have the same P there. So yeah, for the upcoming season, we hope to change it up a bit for you guys. So we're not going to limit ourselves to automotive. So for those out there that wants to start a podcast, the topics that you want to talk about is something you have to like and have the same common with your partner.
Yeah, and also you need to understand what your audience really like, what they agak really like lah.
You can imagine if you're listening to your own podcast, what's their feeling? Because I think this is the one thing that we did not think about it because we keep limited ourselves to be automotive topic, and then sometimes we will very intentionally speak about automotive. Even though we are given the choice to not speak about it.
I think our uni life versus work life, we also brought back some automotive topics.
So this is important for you guys out there with your brainstorming topics. Find something that you are comfortably chatting about.
Yeah. And also, since we are launching season 2 soon, do fill up the Google link below so that we know what you as the audience want, and we will put that into our next season.
We can talk about anything.
Anything.
In the upcoming season, so stay tuned about that. So yeah, if you have any questions about brainstorming topics as well, you can leave your questions below as well. We will answer them because podcast industry, there's no competitors or anything.
It's not really a competitive environment, but it's more towards how you market yourself and how creative you are for your podcast. I think that's all that matters.
Most important thing is have fun and don't give up.
I feel like I am very dark in this video, I'm not gonna lie.
On every episode, you just have to add a racist comment into the podcast.
I feel very dark right now. Look, I can't see my face through the screen.
Well, I think that kills him. The sky is getting dark, he's getting dark, and our time is almost up. So thanks again. You want to wrap this up?
That's a very good rhyme right there. So if you haven't already, do like and subscribe to our channel. Like this video. Dislike if you may.
Continue.
And the rain is pouring down, so I need to say, leave your comments down below if you have any, and then click the subscribe button, turn on notifications, share it with your friends and family if you haven't already. That's it for now. The rain is coming. We had to go. We need to end this now. So bye.
Saliva is all over the place. Oh, bye.